Hi there, just read this disclaimer please.
Alright, take two. Let's see if I can do this quicker. So just a quick update on what I've just done today. So as you can see, on the 3rd of May I put my £4,000 into my LISA, 3rd of May. They say the 5th is kind of the cut-off point to get it on the 25th of the current month. Obviously it turned out to be the 24th this month because it was a Saturday the 25th. So there you can see me getting the bonus, but when I put the £4,000 in, I put most of it into a money market fund, just to get that extra bit of interest for the few weeks I was waiting for the bonus to come through. The fact that it's in Hargreaves Lansdown and they charge 0.25% a year makes that kind of thing viable, because it's not like iWeb where it's £5 per transaction. So having it in there for such a short amount of time isn't that expensive, because you're only getting charged per day, not per transaction. And it's a small percentage per day. So obviously I got the bonus on the 24th. I then sold the money market fund and I got the money through today on the 29th. So as you can see there, I purchased City of London shares with £4,731 worth of it. I bought that amount because I was just basically using the proceeds of the sale I did a few minutes before. So here's my sale of my remaining City of London holding that was in the general investment account on iWeb. So I used as much of that as I could. So the cost of that is I went from 1131 quantity there to 1120. So that's 11 fewer shares. So if we just modify my spreadsheet temporarily, we can see that has the cost of that transaction is £2.31 a year in dividends. So not a massive deal. So there we go. There's the LISA account. So I've got City of London there now that I've purchased today. And you can see there's a pending order. Obviously, because this is less than £5,000, and there was already cash in there from dividends as well, so it's left me about 740 quid that I have here. It's just because there's no point in doing an extra transaction for the sake of 700 quid. I might as well just put the money in the money market fund for the rest of the year, and then this time next year there'll be a larger amount to use up. That's obviously a pending transaction, and then next year there'll be a load more. There'll be probably £6,000 to use in the LISA. So in terms of just housekeeping, I've just put here this is where I track my buys and sells. So as you can see there's a 418 quid profit realised, which has been added to my capital gains tax kind of tracking spreadsheet. So as you can see, I'm still way within the limits of the £3,000 allowance. I've made 1,148 of gains, 608 quid of losses on the song sell. Overall the song sell was kind of break even, but part of it was in the general investment account, which made a loss, and then the other part of it was in the ISA, which made a gain. So overall it was even, but in terms of the tax situation, it made a loss of 608 quid. So overall I've only made a gain of 539. What's left over here, and the thing that will get done next, is the GSK, which is 990 quid in profit outside of tax wrappers. So that leaves plenty of leeway. I can do that, and I'll still have another. I would have just used about half of the allowance, wouldn't I? With 990 quid there, 500 odd quid there. It now really begs the question. I've been pondering, should I, because obviously if we add up all of the allowances, we've got £16,000 in the ISA that I can do each year. We've got £5,000 in the LISA each year, and we've got 3,600 in the SIP each year. So that's 24,600. We've also got all of the dividends that are paid within those three accounts. Well, there's more than three accounts, but 3 account types. It's about 32 grand that gets sheltered from tax each year. So this here that's left outside of tax wrappers is going to be sheltered really quickly. If 3 years, if there's not much of a change in the capital value, it's not going to be long before the general investment accounts are completely empty and it's all in ISAs, SIP and LISA. And at that point, to keep getting the LISA bonus and the SIP bonus, it will be a case of selling from an ISA to put in a SIP or a LISA. And that is just like an extra move that that shouldn't be needed, because if I can judge it perfectly, I can just go straight from the general investment account and straight into the SIP and the LISA. So I could just use this amount and not use the 16 grand at all. And if we divide the total value there by that amount, that's only about 4 years. Add a few extra for growth. Actually doing that makes no sense either. I've got the wrong numbers there. So actually it should just be the LISA and the SIP, not the dividends that go within the ISA. It should just be that. Well, actually no, I should really add the dividends that get paid into the SIP and the LISA as well, because obviously they can't come out. So that it will be a bit higher than this, because there are some dividends, and that number will get bigger and bigger over the years. There are some dividends that get paid into the SIP and the LISA. So that's a more realistic number. So if I didn't use the ISA allowance of 16 grand and I just paid myself the money that was being paid into the ISA, it would only take 8 years to empty it as it is here. But yeah, I don't know, that feels wrong though. Even if that would turn out to be the most logical way of doing it, it feels wrong not getting it done as quickly as possible. Doing it slower like this, the only thing that would definitely make that the wrong move is if I got an unexpectedly early inheritance, I suppose. It's kind of a morbid thing to think about, I suppose, but it could happen. There's a chance. Who knows? Because then obviously I'd have a load of cash that I need to put in shelters as much as possible, and I would have wasted 16 grand of ISA allowance each year, wouldn't I? Plus the dividends that I'd be taking out. Yeah, but I don't know. My mother's pretty healthy, so hopefully there's not much chance of that. For her age anyway, she's pretty healthy, I think. Yeah, not sure. What do people in the comments think? Do you reckon I should just get it in the ISA as quickly as possible, or skip the ISA and do it slower, like this? 8,600 a year plus the dividends that get paid into the LISA and the SIP. Because I'm a bit torn. Because really, if I decide not to do it, then my plan of doing this, because that's the next thing I'm going to do probably within the next couple of weeks, is sell GSK and buy it in the IWEB ISA. But if I decide to do it this slower way, that should not be done, should it? Anyway, what else is there to say? Nope, I think that's it. Alright, cheers guys, bye.